Welcome to episode 117 of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Stephen Rothberg, with College Recruiter Job Search Site. One of the two people from the wonderful Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul on this episode. So hang on to your hats because it should be a fun one. Peter, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you very much. And the Twin Cities where snow is falling as we speak, and any day now, the rivers and lakes will be frozen over, while I sit in Orlando, where frozen is only a snow cone or something, or a margarita,
or a animated movie that way too many little kids have seen.
Yeah, something like that. I'm Peter Zollman. I'm founder of the AIM Group. We provide business intelligence and conferences and consulting for recruitment marketplaces all around the world. And we've been doing these podcasts for close to 2 years now. And with us today is John Marino in the Twin Cities, co-founder and CEO of Mashalot AI. I used to watch Mashalot, but then it went off the air. And actually, I watched 3 episodes this morning, trying to put myself back to sleep. Yeah. But so John, give us the 30-second version of Mashalot, and then we're going to rapid fire a bunch of questions at you.
You got it. Yeah, Mashalot AI is a tool to help people find work, and you can apply up to 100 jobs in less than 5 minutes. And what also is very, very nice is all of the jobs that are on LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, all come into one place. And then you pick the job that you want, and then you can either upload a resume or have the AI create one for you that's fully ATS optimized. Same with the cover letter, and it shoots it off through your Gmail. And then when hiring managers respond, our AI tool will also reply to those emails and then book the job interview and put it right on your Google Calendar.
Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. So if you can apply to 100 jobs so it's basically just like a few seconds a job.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
You pick all the jobs that you see that you want to apply for.
Yeah.
And you could have the AI tool just do it. Yep. For all of them if you want.
Okay. So if I'm a job seeker, I'm on Mashalot AI, I get a list of jobs back from the 3 of the biggest players in the world.
Yep.
So they're going to, especially in the US, they're going to have like just about every kind of job that you would want. Does Mashalot say these are the 100 jobs that you should apply to, confirm yes? Or does the job seeker have to search, read the posting, and then select? Like, I'm wondering kind of how much the AI is deciding for the candidate what jobs to apply to versus the candidate deciding what jobs to apply to.
Yeah. So in the beginning of your search, you were literally just telling what type of position, what industry you're looking for, and then it just finds the jobs that are closest to you where you live. And then you can customize the search with whatever parameters you want. You can even flip different cities or what have you from there.
So what's the business model? Who pays?
Well, in the beginning, it's free to sign up. So everybody who's watching should definitely sign up. It's also invite only. So you have to use an invitation code. And right now we're using VIP. So everybody watching, go to mashalot.ai, use VIP. And then after 30 days free trial, then for students, anybody 24 and younger, it's $24.95 a month. And then anybody older, it is $49.95 a month.
So you mentioned that when the candidate sees the job posting and says, okay, Mashalot AI, apply to this job, this job, this job, this job, does it through their Gmail.
That's right.
A lot of the jobs you have to apply online. You have to apply like on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on the ATS. So if the candidate applies by email, what happens to those applications?
So those are applications. So we have all the data for all the contact people, for the hiring managers, for the positions. And then if a specific company wants you to apply on their platform, which does happen, especially with some of the bigger corporations, then they will reply in the email, and then the user, the member, will have to go and do that individually, but they'll already have the resume and the cover letter, and they would just go and fill out the rest of it. Yep.
Okay, I like the fact that you told all of our audience that they are VIPs, because we've long known that everybody who watches or listens to this podcast is a VIP. But here's the question: how do they use it to apply when they have to, I presume, give you a resume or CV or multiple resumes or CVs?
So when you get to that point, you can either upload your own, or if you feel like it's not good enough, the AI tool just asks you all the questions that would go into a resume, and then it will create it for you, and then you have the chance to edit it before it gets sent out. And then the AI writes a different description at the top of the resume for every single application that it's applying for. So it's customized, and that's why we see a higher job interview percentage using our tool over, just doing it on your own. And the other big thing is just saving time.
So I know that LinkedIn has a reputation for being pretty litigious, right? They really, really, really like to sue people for violating their terms of service. They go after a lot of organizations that have built extensions that are automating what people would do on LinkedIn. I think Indeed has done some of that, not to the same extent. And I think Zip has done some of that, not as much as Indeed. What's your relationship with these organizations? Have they given you permission to automate the application process? Are you kind of flying under the radar? How's that working?
No problem. So there's no scraping. So we decided no scraping data off of the websites, which obviously a lot of people can do. No, so we are working with a third-party vendor to get all the data that already has all the authorization for that. And then as time goes on, eventually we would like to have a direct relationship with each of the three platforms. But right now, we're working with a very compliant third-party vendor for all the details.
So that third-party vendor has permission?
That's right. Yep.
You want to tell us which third-party vendor it is, or no?
I cannot. No.
Oh, okay.
He could tell us, but then he would have to kill us.
So how do you go up against Indeed, which claims to be offering job seekers pretty much the same model? And they now have Career Scout, which sounds very similar to yours. Obviously, it only applies to Indeed jobs, but they got a lot of jobs.
Right. Yeah. So the feedback that we have from Indeed itself is that, it does take a certain amount of time to go through, and then you have to, of course, customize it all for each one. The beautiful part about the tool that we've created is that you can do it through all the job boards. For if you're in college and you like Handshake, that we have a lot of the jobs on Handshake on our platform as well. And there's a few other major job boards. It's the three big ones are, of course, where all the jobs or a majority of the jobs are. But oftentimes, like companies who are seeking people in college use Handshake, and we have those jobs on our platform as well.
And if you're mentioning college, by the way, don't forget to mention College Recruiter.
Yeah, they're also using our site. Yeah. On an annual basis, actually, we connect more students to employers than Handshake does. They have more traffic.
Okay.
More of our users actually apply to jobs. But anyway, another story.
I set you up for that promo,
thank
buddy.
You are so welcome, and your check is in the mail, Peter. I don't think I have your correct address, so if it doesn't come, oh well. Let's talk a little bit about the organization. So I think you just launched. Talk with us about when did you go live, funding, like bootstrapped, VC, who's paying the bills right now?
Yeah, perfect. So, well, I've been working on this idea for a year, hired developers in April of this year that started working on it. Then we did a friends and family round, raised about 100,000 through that. launched in September 10th. And the first day that we launched, it crashed, just like all good things do. And so the first week we were just fixing the glitches or what have you. Took about a week to get rolling. And then after that, we got more and more traction. And then September 30th is when we did our official press release. We had our launch party event here at the offices. And it's been really well received. We're very excited to help people find their next career job opportunity.
And where did the idea come from? What's your background? What's your co-founder's background? And why did you guys think this was a great idea, trying to beat up Indeed and ZipRecruiter?
Aside from having a lot of like bad head injuries, why did you get into the space?
Not a problem at all. Yeah. So I have a 19-year-old at home, and I told him to get a job. And we sat down at the dining room table, and I said, he's like, well, where do I go? And I said, well, let's go with Indeed. And he gets up, opens up Indeed, and he's like, this is just overwhelming. He's like, there's just so many opportunities, and I don't even have a resume. I don't have a cover letter. And that's when the light bulb went on in my head. I was like, well, I'll just create an AI tool to help him with all of this. And so it took me, of course, 1.5 years to do that, but we got it done. And that's where the idea came from, is like watching young people who have a lot of automation tools at their fingertips in everything they do, and creating a resume, especially when you don't have a lot of work history, and as well as cover letter that's just foreign to them. So I decided to automate the whole process.
We've got time for one more question. We said rapid fire, and sure enough, it has been rapid fire. Steven, you want to take it?
Sure, that sounds great. Early in the interview, John, you mentioned something about a much higher percentage. I think you maybe even gave a number, twice as many or something like that, of people getting interviews through Mashable versus other ways of applying.
Mashalot.
Sorry,
Mashalot.
Mashable is a different thing.
Else.
Mashalot, Mashalot AI. Where does that, like, what's that percentage increase? How are you calculating that?
Yeah, so great question. What we're doing to calculate it is, like, we track every single time an application goes out, and then also we can see how many people reply to those, and then how many percentage. And so what we're seeing on average is double what you would do on yourself for yourself. And the reason for that is because it's ATS optimized. You're really having AI screeners talk to AI tools. And so it's kind of leveling the playing field all the way around for people who are looking for jobs.
Well, that sounds good. We are out of time. It's Mashalot.ai, not Mashable. Just remember, used to watch Mashalot. And we will, I'm sure, see and hear more about it over the months ahead. Steven will be watching for you to get the cease and desist. I will be watching for you to have a great deal of success. But regardless, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
And I think it's really cool. We're getting to talk to more and more companies like yours that are kind of reversing the revenue model, rather than the employers paying, the candidates are playing. And it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out.
Great.
John,
well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And don't forget to use the invite code specifically for your audience, VIP.
VIP.
That was sick. Have a good one, gentlemen.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.